what's happening with your breath and what's happening with your body. So if you were here last week, I apologize for not being here. I got my first vaccine. And I didn't really want to have to reschedule after going through the trouble of getting the appointment. But with that being said, we are all starting to get to a point where we kind of see like a light at the end of the tunnel. People are beginning to talk about, returning when things go back to normal, when things get up and going again. And I just want you, as you lie here for a few moments, to think about what it is that you might not want to return to. So are there any things that happened to you during the pandemic, during your time in isolation, that you're taking away as positive attributes that you might want to continue? Maybe you developed a new hobby that you don't want to give up. Maybe you found that you had more time to be still. Maybe you noticed that without, and again, you might have to reflect back, and this is a process that'll hopefully go on for a while, but maybe you'll reflect back to the first couple of months of the pandemic when everything was so severely shut down. And it kind of relieved us of our constant habit of planning. What are we doing next? What are we doing next? What are we doing next? As soon as you open your eyes in the morning, you start planning your day. In the midst of your day, you start planning your weekend. In the midst of your weekend, you start planning what you're doing in the next season. In the middle of the next season, it's what am I doing next year? What am I doing in the next decade? Where will I be in retirement? Right, so we're always thinking ahead, thinking ahead, thinking ahead. And one of the beautiful gifts of the pandemic was that stripped us of that. It wasn't like, I wonder what I'm going to do this weekend. You know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to be right here. So it forced us to be more present. And that's the goal of yoga, right? The goal of yoga is to really make us so aware of our breath, make us so aware of our body, that we are always noticing things that are happening right here and right now. So that we're in our life, not sliding over the surface of it while we plan for something else. So take a few more nice deep breaths, really noticing the quality of your breath this afternoon. Maybe you notice how your breath causes some sensation in your body. What do you notice? You notice your shoulders moving. Notice your back ribs expanding. And then try to make a little intention or a vow to yourself that you'll try to continue at least for your time on the mat. You will try to continue to have this sense of present moment awareness. You'll use bodily sensation. You'll use the noticing of your breath to be completely in this moment as much as possible. And then inhale that intention deep into your heart center and exhale it out into the world. Take another nice big breath in. And this time as you exhale, bring both of your knees in toward your chest and wrap your arms around your legs and starting to squish those internal organs and gently rock yourself from side to side. Rocking is comforting, rocking is calming. Please rock a few more times, but rock not with the sense of, this is so relaxing, let me check out and think about what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. No, rock back and forth with the noticing of, wow, this feels good on my spine.
or this is making my low back feel good, or maybe it doesn't feel good, and you explore that. And then come to a still point, open your arms out to the side, let both of your knees fall halfway to the right and pause. You're starting to engage the obliques in the left side of your body. Maybe you feel yourself using that left hip. Inhale your knees back to center, and as you exhale, let them come halfway down to the left. Inhale, center. As you exhale, your legs come up into the air, toes to your face, press your heels to the ceiling. Take a nice big sip of breath. And as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders, reach your fingers toward your toes. Maybe even lift your hips up a little bit, waking up your abdominal muscles. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Release your hips, release your head and shoulders. Arms come to your side. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. Big breath in as you exhale, lift your hips, lower back, middle back, and upper back. Inhale, float your right arm up over your head. And as you exhale, release it down. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, release. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Inhale, both arms come up over your head. And as you exhale, stay here, spread your fingers nice and wide. Take another nice breath in, lift your hips up even higher. And as you exhale, tuck your chin, lower your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, and your hips. And then hug your knees back into your chest. Gently rock yourself from side to side. So we'll go through that whole vinyasa, right? What's a vinyasa? It's putting one move right after the next without stopping. So we'll go through that whole vinyasa again, just a little bit faster. Open your arms out to the side, take a nice breath in. Exhale, knees fall halfway to the right and they hover. Inhale, center. Exhale, halfway to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch your legs up into the air, toes to your face, press your heels to the ceiling. Nice big breath in. Your exhale lifts your head and shoulders, maybe your hips. Stay here for a breath or two. And then release your hips, release your head and shoulders. Bend your knees, feet to the floor, arms to your side. Lift your hips up. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, both arms lift. As you exhale, those hips come a little higher. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then tuck your chin, slowly lower yourself down and wrap your arms around your legs. So lastly, we're going to go through it one more time, but I want you to notice now as we go through it the third time, does that present you with the opportunity to kind of check out because you know what's coming next? Or does that present you with the opportunity to explore where you're feeling this in your body? Because you've done it before and you have more of an awareness. Open your arms out to the side. Knees fall halfway down to the right and they hover. Inhale, center. Exhale, halfway down to the left and they hover. Inhale, center. As you exhale, those legs come up into the air, toes to your face. Heels press up to the ceiling. Nice big sip of breath. Your exhale lifts your head and shoulders. Maybe your hips come up a little bit. You hold it, hold it, hold it. Release your head and shoulders. Arms come down to your side. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. Press your feet into the floor as you lift your hips. Inhale, right arm comes up. What do you notice in that shoulder joint? Exhale, release it down. Inhale, left arm comes up. Is the left side different? Exhale, come down. Inhale, float both of your arms up. As you exhale, lift your hips even higher. As you lift your hips higher, you might start to notice yourself stretching through your hip flexor, where your thigh meets your torso, right? This is a good way to stretch that area, which is sometimes hard to target. So we're gonna stay here. Maybe you come up even higher. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then tuck your chin, and as you exhale, lower yourself all the way down. And you're gonna hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last squeeze. Cross your ankles, hold on behind your thighs. Nice big breath in. Use your exhale to rock yourself up to sit. Feet stay on the floor, arms come straight out. Big breath in. And as you exhale, lean back just a little bit. And then lift up your right foot, lift up your left foot. We're in Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, stretch that right leg out and then bring it back in. Left leg stretches out, bring it back in. Right arm raises, release. Left arm raises, release. Right foot, left arm, and back in. Left foot, right arm, and back. Again, right leg, left arm, and back in. Left leg, right arm, and back in. Place your feet on the floor. Hold on to your knees. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Draw your shoulder blades together. Drop your head back. Lift your chin up. Take a big, big, big breath in. And as you exhale, pull your belly in, round your spine, tuck that chin. And then lift yourself back up. And one more time, hold on behind your thighs. Lift up one foot, lift up the other. Release both arms. We're just gonna hold ourselves here, but we're gonna stay here if we can for 6 breaths. Big breath in. Exhale 1. Another big inhale. Exhale 2. Big breath in. Exhale 3. Fill your chest. Exhale 4. One more big inhale. Exhale 5. Here we go. Big breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, hold on to your feet, lift yourself up. Your chest is high. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your core is helping to support you. And then you're going to open one leg out to the side, open the other leg out to the side, and see if you can stay here for 6 breaths. Good. Bend your knees, cross your ankles, lift yourself up, roll yourself over onto your hands and knees. And once you're on your hands and knees, right away, spread your fingers nice and wide. Curl your toes under and begin to lead with your tailbone. Lift your hips, drop your heels, drop your head. You're in down dog. So again, I don't know if you wake up and do a sun salutation or 2 before you start your day. This might be your first down dog. Notice what's happening. Where do you feel this? Do you feel it in your shoulders? Do you feel it in your calves? Right? We use our bodily sensation to pay attention. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, rock yourself forward to plank. Another big breath in. Exhale, come back to down dog. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, plank. Another nice breath in. This exhale brings you to Chaturanga. Try to hover and hover and hover. Straighten your arms, lift your hips, you're back in down dog. Again, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, plank. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Straighten your arms, hips rise, down dog. Last time, really paying attention to sensation. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, plank. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Hover, hover, hover. Straighten your arms. Lift your hips, down dog. And then walk your feet to your hands. Hands come back toward your feet. You keep your knees in a nice deep bend so that your body drapes over your thighs. You're stretching the very top of your hamstrings. What's going on in the lower back today? If you relax your head and shoulders a little more, what does that do? And then slide your hands to your shins. Start to straighten your legs. Roll your shoulders back. Chest comes forward, tailbone back, big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward. Fingertips are going to stay on the floor. You're going to bend just your right knee, really deepening the stretch in that left hamstring. And then straighten your right leg, bend your left knee. And straighten. Bend your right knee, sweep your left arm up into the air. You're in a spinal twist. You're looking up to your left hand. And release. Straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, float that right arm up into the air, spinal twist. Release it down. Straighten both of your legs, hands to your shins again, big breath in. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back into a lunge. So in this lunge, you want to feel your right hip dropping down, again, focusing on that hip flexor, your right heel's pressing back. Right hand stays on the mat, left arm floats up in another spinal twist. Release your left hand down, step your left foot back, plank pose. Big breath in, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, plank, exhale, down dog. Come up onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, look to your hands, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Slide your hands to your shins, look forward again. And as you exhale, fold. Step your left leg back into a lunge. Left hand on the mat, right arm floats up. Feel your whole rib cage turn. Notice your shoulder kind of leads the way, but you want your ribs to follow. You want your belly to follow. Look up to that right hand. Get deep into this twist. And then release your right hand down. Step your right foot back. Big breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Another big breath in. Exhale, plank. Lift your hips, down dog. Push that floor away. Come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Walk or jump your feet to your hands. Slide your hands to your shins. Look forward. And as you exhale, fold and stay here. Bend your knees, drop your hips, lift your arms. You're in Uttanasana chair pose. So we're gonna stay here for a few moments so that you can notice what happens in your Uttanasana. Lift your chest so you can breathe. Relax your shoulders. Arms are extended, they're active, but shoulders are relaxed. Wiggle your toes so that I know your weight's in your heels, firing up your thighs, your glutes. Big breath in, exhale, bring your arms out to the side. Another nice breath in, exhale, bring your arms up behind you. Another nice breath in, exhale, hands come to your heart center. Shift your weight into your right leg, lift up your left knee. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Release your left leg. Shift your weight. Right knee lifts. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit, release your foot, come nice and low in that chair, and then fold over, straighten your legs, look forward, and as you exhale, fold forward. Putting that whole thing together, step your right leg back into a lunge, left arm floats up into the air. Release your left hand down, step your left foot back, plank pose. Big breath in, exhale, Chaturanga. Another big breath in, exhale, plank. Lift your hips, down dog. Come up onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Slowly lift yourself to Uttanasana chair pose. Big breath in, exhale, arms out to the side. Another nice breath in, exhale, arms behind you. Another big breath, and as you exhale, hands come to your heart center. You shift your weight to your right leg, you lift up your left knee. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Release your left foot. Fold over, straighten your legs, hands to your shins, look forward. And then exhale, fold forward. And this time your left leg comes back. Your left hand plants onto your mat, big spinal twist. That right arm comes up into the air. You look to that hand. Release your right hand down. Step your right foot back. Big breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Straighten your arms, plank. Hips rise, down dog. And then you come up onto your tippy toes. You bend your knees. You jump your feet to your hands. You keep your knees bent. You lift your chest. You lift your arms. You're back in chair pose. Big breath in. Exhale, arms out to the side. Another nice breath in. Exhale, arms behind you. Another nice breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart center. You shift your weight to your left leg. You lift up your right knee. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Release your foot. Drape your body over your knees and thighs and stay here for a moment. Straighten your legs. Hands come to your shins. Roll your shoulders back. Tailbone back, chest forward. And then fold forward. So with each forward bend, is your belly coming closer to your thighs? Is your head coming closer to your knees? Fingertips to the floor, bend your knees, walk yourself or jump yourself to plank pose, and right away roll yourself to the outer edge of your left foot. Right arm comes up into the air, side plank. And try to hold it for 3 breaths. And then your hand comes down, roll yourself to the outer edge of your right foot, left arm in the air, 3 breaths. Release your hand down, come down onto your knees, sink your hips to your heels, bring your arms behind you so you can release your shoulders. So now you're in a child's pose, but it's a relaxed child's pose, right? It's not a working child's pose. You're allowing your upper body to let go. In your child's pose, because you're not quote unquote working, our minds tend to check out. So pay attention to the sensation of your forehead touching the mat if your forehead's on your mat. The sensation of exhaling and letting your butt come closer to your heels. And then slide your arms out in front of you. Take a nice big breath in, come up onto all fours, and as you exhale, slowly lower yourself down onto your belly. And we're going to stay on our belly for a little while. So observe, before we do anything, observe what it feels like to stretch your arms out, relax your chest, let your forehead rest on the mat, and discover your relationship to your breath in this position.
focusing your awareness on the back of the sensations in the back of your body. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, lift your head, lift your arms, keep your chin tucked. Your arms are straight out in front of you. Your feet are on the mat, your thighs are on the mat. Just your upper body is lifted. Big breath in. As you exhale, your elbows come down to the side. You squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, stretch your arms. Exhale, make that letter W. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, letter W. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then stretch your arms out. Release them to the mat. Turn your cheek, let your cheek rest on your mat. And then bring your forehead back to the floor. Your upper body's going to stay still, or as still as possible. We're going to focus on our low body now. So take a nice breath in. As you exhale, lift up both of your legs. So maybe just your feet come up, maybe some of your shins, maybe your knees, maybe some of your thighs, but you're always being aware of what's happening in your low back. So if lifting them up too high puts pressure on your low back, lower them down a little bit. We're going to hold it here. And then take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, open your legs out to the side like scissors. Inhale together. Exhale, scissors. Inhale together. Exhale, scissors. Hold it. Inhale together. And as you exhale, release your legs down. Turn the other cheek in the opposite direction. And then we'll put those two moves together. So take a nice breath in. As you exhale, lift your chest, lift your arms, lift your legs, your chin stays tucked, your gaze is at your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, elbows come down, legs open like scissors. Inhale, stretch and extend. Exhale, bend and open. Inhale, stretch and extend. Exhale, bend and open. Inhale, stretch and extend, hold it. And as you exhale, release yourself down, slide your hands next to you and push yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose. Knees at the edges of your mat. You hold the outer edges of your mat like the Sunday Times. You pull it away from you while you try to get your butt down to your heels. Lift yourself back to all fours. Take your right foot, step it out behind you. Toes are on the floor, press that heel back. And then slowly lift that right leg up and extend your left arm. Maybe you even look to your left hand. Big breath in. As you exhale, you bring your knee into your elbow. Inhale, stretch it out. As you exhale, swing your leg open, swing your arm open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open, hold it. And then extend. Place your hand and knee on the mat. Sink your hips to your heels. Come to child's pose. Come back to all fours. Left foot comes out behind you. Press that heel back. Stretch your calf. And then lift that left leg up. Extend your right arm. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, swing open. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then extend your hand, extend your leg. Bring your hand to the mat, bring your knee to the mat. Sink yourself back to child's pose for 3 more breaths. Lift yourself back to all fours. And then you're going to take your right foot, you're going to step it forward. Slide your hands onto your right thigh. Leading with your tailbone, begin to drop your tailbone down, lowering yourself down. We're going to stay here. Pressing into your right foot, lift yourself back up. If your toes are too far back, step your foot forward and then drop yourself down again. Lift yourself back up. And one more time, drop yourself down, stay here. And then release your hands to frame that right foot. Start to shift your weight back. Come up onto the heel of that right foot. Lift your chest, creep your fingers forward, surrender your head and chest over that right leg. Flatten that right foot, slide your foot back. Before we do the other side, we're going to throw in a few of our Chaturanga Push-Ups. So cross your ankles, big breath in, exhale, come forward, 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 lowering your chest, elbows stay glued, hover, 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 lift yourself up, bring your hips to your heels. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly lower down, hover, 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 hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips to your heels. Last one, I promise. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come forward. Hold it, hold it. Breathe and breathe and breathe. And then lift yourself up, bring your hips to your heels, take a couple of resting breaths. And then come back to all fours, uncross your ankles, and step your left foot forward, bringing your right hands onto your thigh. So it's important to have that left foot far enough forward that you have a little slope in your leg. If your foot's too far back, just pick it up and scooch it forward. And we're not adding our arms today, because I want you to really focus on this hip flexor. And I want you to focus on leading with that tailbone. So nice breath in. As you exhale, you're dropping your tailbone down and you're sinking down and you're stretching right here. And we're going to try to hang out here. And then you're going to lift yourself back up. Another big breath in. Exhale, come down again. Stay here. Do you notice any difference after 2 or 3 breaths? Can you sink a little lower? And then lift yourself up. And then one more time, drop yourself down. Stay here. So we're not leaning forward, right? We're nice and upright. And then you can release your hands next to your foot, shift your weight back, come onto the heel of that left foot, toes pointing to the ceiling. Big breath in on your fingertips, and as you exhale, creep your fingers forward, surrender your head. Flatten your foot, slide your foot back, and you're going to flop yourself down, swing your legs in front of you one more time, hands behind your thighs,
Lift up one leg, lift up the other, hands come together. Nice breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap your toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend your arms 3 breaths. And then place your feet on the floor. Arms stay out. Slowly, slowly, slowly begin to work your way back down onto your mat. Once you're back on your mat, hug your knees back into your chest. So as you're hugging those knees in, visualize what's happening inside. Picture all of those organs getting all squished. And then take a big breath in and hold your breath. And then exhale, open your arms out to the side. Let both of your knees fall all the way down to the right. Your head can turn to the left. So a reclined spinal twist, right? We've done a lot of twisting. Or a reclined spinal twist with your knees or legs on the floor is a lot different than when our legs were hovering, right? Maybe you notice it a little bit more in your hip. Maybe you notice the curve and the movement of your spine here. Inhale, center. And as you exhale, your knees come all the way down to the left. Your head turns to the right. Inhale, center. As you exhale, place your feet on the floor. Walk your feet to the edges of your mat like you're about to give birth. Let both of your knees fall down to the right. So again, what are we focusing on? This hip flexor, maybe even the IT band that runs on the outside of your left thigh. To deepen this a little bit, proceeding with caution, lift up your right foot, put it on top of that left knee or thigh. And hang out for a couple of breaths, noticing that each exhale helps you to relax a little bit more. Maybe. Release your right foot, bring your knees back to center, and then both of your knees fall all the way down to the left. You pause, you see how everything feels. And then maybe you lift up that left foot, put it on top of your right thigh. Release your foot, bring them back to center. Walk your feet a little bit closer together. And then one last time, pressing into your feet. Lift your hips, lift your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. This time your hands come underneath you and you shimmy your shoulders, you stretch your arms straight, and you stay here for a few breaths, noticing the opening of your chest. Release your hands, slowly lower yourself down. Once your hips reach the mat, pause. And then stretch your right leg out, stretch your left leg out. Float your arms up over your head, spread your fingers as wide as you can. Stretching your fingers. Take a nice breath in, hold this breath. And then exhale, let your arms come down to your side with your palms facing upward. And begin to notice your breath moving through your body. And keeping that heightened sense of awareness, we're going to do a spring forest breathing exercise, which I think we might have done before. But I want you to imagine yourself inhaling into the crown of your head. And then exhaling to your third eye, that point right between your eyebrows. Inhale to the third eye. And exhale to the throat center. Inhale to the throat center. And exhale to the heart center. Inhale to the heart center. And exhale to the navel center. Inhale to the navel center. And exhale to the tailbone. Inhale to the tailbone. And exhale to the lower back. Inhale to the lower back. And exhale to the spinal column. Inhale to the spinal column. And exhale to the base of the skull. Inhale to the base of the skull. And exhale to the crown of the head. And continue to visualize your breath moving from the crown of your head to your tailbone, and from your tailbone back up to the crown of your head. Take one more nice, big, full breath in. And as you exhale, roll yourself onto whichever side of your body feels more comfortable. And then slowly guide yourself back to a seated position. Bring your hands back together at your heart center. And take a moment to recall the intention that we made at the beginning of our practice, to try to stay as present as possible, right? So we used a lot of bodily sensations. We noticed our spine twisting. We noticed our breath traveling through our body. We did a lot of like left-right stuff that helps you to have to pay attention. So what are you going to do to continue the sense of paying attention to the present moment when you leave your mat and return to your world? Can you choose an anchor that will continue to snap you back from your daydream? Maybe your anchor is every time you hear a phone ring, or every time you hear a dog bark, or every time you notice your right big toe touching the ground, or whatever it is.
try to have something that, at least for the rest of your day today, you can use as a way to stay present. Take one more nice, big, full breath in. And as you exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me on this